Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Hogarth's Global Astrology. Know your planets, know yourself, or know your nation. Know yourself. The two are interchangeable. Well, first of all, I want to say to everyone, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, etc. For those that celebrate Christmas, and if you don't, I hope you're enjoying the holiday season. Wow, Boxing Day. I had a good stuff of food yesterday. It was really nice hanging out with the family. Everyone was on good form. Everyone was telling great stories and entertaining everyone. And I'll just let you in, just to let you know, in my family, what we do, what our family tradition is. Let me know what your family traditions are for Christmas or the holidays. And what we do is we all each make a dish. Yeah. So we all each make a dish and then we bring it. So it's, what do you guys call that? Would you call that a potluck? Would you call that a potluck in the States? I think that's what you guys call it. I think you call it a potluck. And what's really great is that you can taste everyone's style of food, and it all blends together. So I did this year, actually, I went quite traditional. I did a turkey crown this year, which I made a delicious sauce for. My sister always does a leg of lamb, which is like jerk flavored, slow cooked down leg of lamb, and she did oxtail. My niece actually cooked some stuff. So she did Brussels sprouts with bacon and roast potatoes, etc. And then my brother's partner, who's Persian, she's from Iran. Her and her family had to escape to Canada once upon a time. When the old Ayatollah came in 1979. Anyway, so she's a Canadian citizen, but of course she stays very true to her Persian heritage, and she made some beautiful Persian rice and some desserts and delicacies that we got to enjoy. So it's always a fusion each year, and you never quite know what you're going to get. You never quite know what the family is going to come up with, and it always works, and it was absolutely delicious and everything like that. Thank you too as well to everyone who responded to my Christmas message. A lot of you wrote back, so happy holidays again. Merry Christmas as well. I hope you had a good one. I hope you stuffed yourselves to bursting, especially at this time of year, and I hope you had lots of extra drinks, given the given the sort of, we'll see. Let's see how things pan out in 2025. But I hope you all had a lovely time, and wishing you all a merry Christmas and a happy holidays as well. And so here's your questions down here. I've got some questions. I've actually got one in that I saw, which was an old question, which I thought was worth asking. So we're starting off international, as always. You guys know I love my international questions. So we've got one in, which has come in, which is talking about Finland. Then we've got South Korea. And then we've got a UK question. And then, of course, we've got a little bit of a duck orange in regards to the WHO. And I've got a question about MAGA as well, how they respond. So again, a bit quite eclectic. Also, pardon me, also as well, before I forget, so I have created my new channel. Yeah, you guys have heard me mention it. Yeah, Hogarth's Financial Astrology. So what my plan is now over the Christmas period, hopefully when I get a day free, it's actually been quite busy actually, because today I was out, friends, family, everyone wants to catch up. So it's like, you're kind of off, so I'm not seeing clients, but then I've been very busy with friends and family and stuff. But I'm going to start filming some content for the new channel very soon, which I'm planning to sort of like basically launch on New Year's Day. So it already exists. Got my artwork up, all of that stuff. I'm sure if you actually looked at it, Hogarth's Financial Astrology, welcome to subscribe now if you wish. But I'm going to get some content up on that channel very soon, and I'll probably do a newsletter as well. Again, with some 2025 predictions and stuff like that, you know, just all in together, which the newsletter may come out, I don't know, on the 31st, maybe on that transition time. So then a lot of people will have it in their mailboxes in time for January 1st, because it's a new year, isn't it? New year, fresh start. And it's always good to do something new. So I'll let you guys know when that content is up, and then essentially there'll be a video or two that will be ready to watch. And then the idea is that once a week there'll be videos. And the reason why I'm doing this again is Hogarth's financial astrology. Why am I doing this? The reason why I'm doing this is because so much change is about to come upon the whole world. It's not talked about. Yeah, it's not talked about in the news, and some maybe some news channels will talk about some things, but not in depth. So all of it is everything, particularly about the banking system, is going to change. Everything is going to speed up. Everything is going to become digitalized. We're going to be looking at stable coins, which are basically digital versions of the dollar, of the pound, of the yuan, etc. And the banking system, we're going to be moving from a Swift banking system over to XRP, Ripple. So all of this is in the pipeline, irrespective of what is going on in the world. All governments, all global governments are pretty much signed up for this, including the banks, etc. It's not being discussed at length. So on this channel, the plan will be I'll be doing some deep dives, but I'm also going to do some explainer videos as well, like what is XRP, what is HBAR, what is XLM, what is Bitcoin, you know. And these won't be super long videos. The idea was be maybe 10-15 minute explainer videos, because no one's talking about it now, as you said, because as you know, I look far into the future. You guys know this. I look years into the future. So I've been talking about this moment coming years ago. Yeah, years ago. And, you know, at the time, people think, oh, well, yeah, all right, Hoagie, you know, whatever. And then it comes to pass, doesn't it? So this one is a little bit closer to the time, but you know, I've been talking about this stuff on and off for a long time now, but from 2025 is when we're really going to see this, and it's happening all over the globe pretty much simultaneously. So I want you guys to have a heads up. I want to provide some education as best as I can with the planetary influences that are bringing this on, which is mainly to do with Uranus, planet Uranus. And then secondarily, I would say Jupiter and Saturn, because these changes are so all-encompassing and so important. I feel it's very important to talk about these things. So you'll see. So it might seem a little bit like, oh, Hoagie, oh, have you gone over to crypto and all of this stuff? Oh, why is he talking about this, that, and the other? But the reason why is because it is too profound not to talk about these things. So it's not on most people's radars now, but those of you who've been watching me for years, you know that I'm always been interested in what is going on in the globe, etc., particularly global finance. But what you will find is that the news will start to catch up with the position that I'm sharing with you on this channel. So we're just getting out a bit in front, basically, so then you guys are prepared, so that when this stuff comes, it's not a complete and total surprise or shock. You will have an idea, because you'll be like, oh yes, I remember Hoagie made a video about that. Oh, he was talking about this, he was talking about that. Yeah, so that's something to look forward to. Today is the 26th of December 2024. It is 11:40 p.m. my time. You're all flowing into the chat. Oh yeah, and then the people responding here. So let me just click on this one. So Reiki and Blueprint says, thank you, so exciting. I agree that blockchain, etc., will change the world. Yes, it will. So this is irrespective of the politics. Yeah, because obviously there's still the politics going backwards and forwards, but this is about a global change to financial systems and stuff like that. So nice to see so many of you. Here we are. Oh yeah, someone talking about the weather. And right, let's get stuck in, and then I'll do a bit more read on bits and bobs, read on comments. So Nick Minx has asked quite a few from you actually today. Thank you. So Finnish police, so Finnish police are investigating whether a Russian ship was involved in the sabotage of an electricity cable running between Finland and Estonia. Do the cards show their involvement? Oh, well, you know, I mean, when it comes to these things, as we know, Russia has a tremendous amount of influence in many things. Obviously, they can't be blamed for absolutely, you know, everything, you know, plague and cholera, etc. But they do have a big agenda, of course, in terms of destabilizing governments. And it's something I spoke about a while ago, actually, a few years back now, and I've not used the word in a long time. But part of Russia's modus operandi is something that a technique they've perfected, which is called non-linear warfare. Yeah, non-linear warfare. So it's not the case of just dropping well, in Ukraine, of course, they literally are dropping bombs, but in terms of destabilizing of democracies around the world, you do it in the non-linear way. So this will be things like disinformation, things to do with economics, for example. So like BRICS, for example, is looking to basically you know, kind of destabilize the dollar as the global reserve currency, etc. Stuff like that. Non-linear propaganda, various different things. And there's one thing that we know, you know, the Russians are excellent at this. They are extremely accomplished, and they've been playing a very long game. And of course, Putin likes to plot things out. But at the same time, I also want to introduce a bit of balance, because they can't be blamed for absolutely everything. Yeah, there's also a lot of dodgy actors, you know, on the world stage, etc., and stuff like that. So, but let's just see. So, Finnish police are investigating whether a Russian ship was involved in the sabotage of an electricity cable running between Finland and Estonia. Do the cards show their involvement? So we're going to be looking for the classics, guys. Yeah, if they're involved. We'll see things like the Seven of Swords. What else? Even the Two of Pentacles can be a card of manipulation. The Magician, for example. The Magician would also indicate that. Even the Two of Cups in this, well, but then that would talk about partnership. Let's see what the cards have to say, and then we'll move on to the next question. All right, so cutting of electricity cable, was Russia involved? I hope you guys ate lots of food, filled to bursting, yeah? I'm actually quite disciplined with my food now. I mean, I eat well, but I don't overeat. As you guys know, I've been, you know, very, you know, good, you know, with my sugars and all of this kind of stuff. Anyway, let's take a look. Ooh. Aha. Okay. How interesting. Oh, this is okay. So here we go. Here we've got the Knight of Wands here, the Knight of Wands rearing up, ready to go. This is the card of action, of putting yourself out there, rearing up. As you can see here, the hooves of the horse are off the ground. And here you can see this this knight here with his red plume. Now, of course, the color red is associated with what? Passion, war, aggression, etc., and stuff like this. So this is and if we look here in the background, it is arid and dry. You've actually got the pyramids there in the background. I've just noticed that with this card here. So it's a fiery card. It is hot and dry. It is keen. It is active. This can also be a card of impulse and impatience as well. So we're seeing here there is certainly an action has been taken. Yeah, an action has definitely been taken. Now, if we look here, technically what is in the obstacle position, but if the first card is positive, then really it's more of a kind of reinforcing. And what we have here is the Queen of Pentacles. Now, you know, as you know, guys know, I've been watching my channel for a while. I do associate this card with the electorate. Yeah, the electorate of any country, or domestic issues, the homeland, how things are playing out. Yeah. So what this says to me is that there could be an element here of posturing, but also as well taking certain actions to potentially strengthen Putin's position in the homeland. Yeah, and the reason why I use the word is because there is a certain card that has come out. Yeah, and remember I said watch out for this card. If we see it, then we know there's probably something that's gone on. Yeah, so that for me is already anchoring so much of what the reading is about, particularly as it's the central card. So if we see here, we got the Seven of Swords, yeah, which is what? Trying to get away with something, as we know. But what is interesting here, he's wearing his little Russian cap. Now, what's important with this card is that he's stealing the swords. There's still a few less, but he's stealing the swords. So what it does is it weakens the camp. And essentially what is, it doesn't completely ruin the camp, but it weakens it. So what it means is, it means the army left behind, they are less prepared. They are less able to defend themselves, yeah, when it comes to conflict or battle, because they will run for their swords and they'll find that several of them have been stolen. Yeah. And this is the general card of sneakiness, cunning, etc., and stuff like that. So this obviously is not going to completely destroy, you know, because where are we? Question number one, it's not going to destroy Finland and Estonia, but I think it is sending a warning across the bow. But this card in particular does show that yes, there was likely some involvement here from Russia. Yeah. So what is about? Why is that? What's part of the motivation for that? We see here we've got the Nine of Pentacles. Now, of course, this is the card of what? Wealth, luxuries, etc., having everything that you want. So maybe a part of this is quite simply that with the a cable being cut between Estonia and Finland, that would make them more reliable on what? Russian power. Yeah. Russian power and energy. It could be as simple as that. But also as well, I think it's wanting to send a strong message. It's almost kind of like a threat as well. It's not an invasion, but in this context, I can see it as potentially as a threat. However, the outcome card is the Ten of Cups, which talks about the happy family, etc., and stuff like that. Now, when we're reading, particularly on the GOP, this card often comes up a lot, and it can be like almost like the false ideals of family. I think in this funny way, going into the mindset of Putinshka, if he is involved, yeah, if Russia is involved, it's almost like, come back. I want the USSR back. Yeah. Because look, this is the card of unity. Yeah. This is the card of unity, the family. And we know that it's part of Putin said the breakup of the USSR was one of the greatest tragedies to before, you know, humanity, basically. Certainly he believes it to be the case of Russia. And there is a desire to bring those back into the fold. Of course, he's not going to keep repeating that, but he has mentioned that. So here with this outcome card, it's almost like, all right, we're going to cut off the electricity to remind you of our influence and come back into the fold, come back to where it's safe. Because Finland, I think, along with Sweden, they've just joined NATO, haven't they? They've just joined NATO, and Estonia used to be part of the USSR. Yeah. So do you see? So this kind of in the sense, this bringing it back, the united family here has a bit more of a sinister connotation. So I would say there's a, based on those cards, it does look like that Russia potentially was involved, but we will have to see. But based on those cards, yeah, it certainly looks, and it also as well, it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? But thanks so much for the question. Also, someone said here, new subscriber here. Oh, thank you so much, Anne. A pleasure. Thanks for joining. And hopefully you would like to subscribe as well to my new channel as well. So I'm still be running this channel. Don't worry, I'll still be doing this channel, but I'm doing an extra one because I want to talk about like the future, things that are coming down the pike that everyone needs to know, but are not being talked about yet. Yeah, they will be. Of course, they're going to be talked about because all governments are going to start taking this on. But it's going to take a while, you know, before. So I'm giving you guys a heads up. So, you know, you'll have a new channel to subscribe to as well. Someone's saying, oh, what's it? Lilith Murphy, I've been watching Blue Healer. Okay, what's that? Hello from foggy, mild Iowa City. Yeah, today's been cool, but we've had a lot of cloud and stuff. We're getting this kind of meh kind of weather in the UK. I prefer, I'm sure maybe you guys are similar, when winter is cool and crisp. You know, when it's cool and crisp and bright and clear, that is my favorite winter. We've just been having this kind of weather, you know. Let's see. Oh, let's see here. Someone's saying, Old Silver is saying, several incidents in the Baltic Sea since the start of the SMO. Oh, gosh. What do you mean? SMO? Sorry, guys. Sometimes I don't understand the abbreviations. Apologies for that. Well, it's not you. Do you mean like since Ukraine or something? SMO. Sorry, guys. If you could let me know what SMO means. Sorry if I'm being a bit dense and just not getting that. But when I see these abbreviations, especially in a live show, it's very hard to work it out what it is, even though it might be blindingly obvious to you guys. Connie B, thank you. And then Mona's saying, hi, Hogarth. Hope you had a wonderful Christmas and a joyous New Year. Yes, looking forward to New Year. And, oh, someone's asking, Hogarth, what's the deck I use called? Okay, so it will be in the video description below this video once the live stream is finished. But I use the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot deck. Oh, it is gorgeous. You guys know I love this deck. I love it, and I just keep going back to it all the time. And you build up an affinity with cards and stuff like that, don't you? So let's go on to, now we're going to go on to South Korea. Yeah, South Korea. And then after this, South Korea, then a UK question, and then some duck l'orange, because there's some of the stuff that, you know, W8, you know, stuff to look at. Anyway, so Nick Mink says, South Korea's opposition lawmakers have filed to impeach the acting leader, Han Duck-soo, less than 2 weeks after Parliament voted to impeach President Yoon Suk-yeol. Will he also be removed? Wow. Gosh, what is going on in South Korea? Do you remember, guys, I said it's going to be, I said, watch out for the politics, the global stage. Pluto in sidereal Capricorn, see lots of changes, transformation, power struggles in government. Who would have thought? South Korea of all places. It's like, wow. Let me just do some thank you. Oh, look at this. So Summerland Girl. Ah, thank you so much for becoming a YouTube member. Much appreciated. Happy holidays to you. And oh yes, yes, see, blockchain, etc. will change the world. Yes. And then thank you, Marvel Johnson, for your kind donation. Much appreciated. And she's saying happiest holidays to everyone. What is the new channel name? It's called Hogarth's Financial Astrology. Yeah, you'll see my name. It doesn't have my face picture yet. There's just an H there because I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to have as my face picture. No videos there yet, but there will be some very soon, and the plan is to have it up by have it up and going on January 1st. There might be a video or two already there waiting, but let's just say officially January 1st. But you can sign up now and there will soon be content there. So thanks for asking. All right, so the deputy in South Korea, and then we'll go UK, and then we'll see what's going on with Duck L'Orange in regards to the WHO. What's the energy? What's the situation in South Korea? I mean, who would have thought? South Korea, you know, very stable place. It's not Japan, but it has a similar, there is a similar energy. I would actually say South Korea is even more advanced technologically than mainland Japan, actually. From I mean, I passed through South Korea, their airport, you know, which I don't count that as a visit, but my God, it was incredible. That really was the future. And they're more liberal as well. They're considered a bit more liberal than the Japanese, but still, you know, quite conservative, a calm nation from what I can understand. Maybe people can give me some extra juice in the comments, but let's see what's going on for this vice. What's it called again? Han Duck-soo. What's going on for Han Duck-soo? Han Duck-soo. And then we'll see what's going on with Duck L'Orange. Han Duck-soo. God, Duck L'Orange, he's really coming out with some stuff now, hasn't he? My goodness. The Panama Canal. Anyway. Not easy. Yeah. Not with these cards. Sleepless nights. Yeah. Lots of worry, of course, because it seems like he's being impeached as well. Let me just see. They've fired to impeach the acting leader, Han Duck-soo. So look, this is really quite straightforward. Up late at night, worried, anguished, tired, having nightmares. We see here in the obstacle position, really not sure what to do. He's obviously been put in as the deputy leader, but he's probably not even sure how long he's going to be sticking around for. If he's going to be, well, it says opposition filed to impeach. So he's probably wondering whether to stay or go or exit stage left. Not liking any of the options on the table. I think this can also deal with Parliament. But not only that, I think this is talking as well about the people of South Korea not liking the different options, because obviously the PM tried to do his failed coup, and now they're going to impeach the stand-in one. So it means no one is liking the options on the table. They want to try and find a new, perhaps charismatic and powerful leader to take his place. So maybe there's someone who's being floated already. But look, 10 of Wands, going to be hard work. I think these are tumultuous times in South Korea. I mean, I certainly can't recall political earthquakes of this magnitude in South Korea. Maybe stuff that's been happening, but not on this global level like this. So I would say for that one, the deputy or the acting lead, tough work, really difficult, I would probably consider exiting stage left, because I don't think that is going to work out well at all for him. For Han Duck-soo, not looking good, not with those cards, dreadful. Let's see here, let's see, question number 3. Oh, we need to talk about the UK. Oh, look at this. So someone just click on this one here. Cyril Farim, I'm going to say. Putin does not have the military anymore to wage war against former bloc countries. Yes, I think we have seen, particularly with the fall of Assad in Syria, we have seen that Putin is stretched to maximum. There's no give. Yeah, so they can't come in. You know, he can't come in and look after his one of his staunch allies. Certainly, and this thing with Putin, I really don't think it's in this context about, you know, invading, you know, parts of Europe, etc. Because as you quite rightly say, he's hamstrung. Yeah, it's taken all of his resources, you know, Ukraine, etc., and stuff like that. And then if he was to unite, if he was to do some kind of strike against a NATO country, then it would be toast, yeah, because he's exhausted, he doesn't have the money, then they'd all come in and just, you know, they would just, you know, bomb the Kremlin and, you know, it would be all over. No, he's gonna be more cunning, yeah, he's gonna be more cunning. So yeah, but he literally doesn't have the firepower right now. And let's see here, who else is here? I think 4 new shows. Hello, everyone. Okay. Anyway, lots of chat. All right, let's get on to the next one. All right, UK this time. So for my UK viewers, you know I like to sprinkle one in now and again. This one's about Ed Miliband. Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys won't necessarily know Ed Miliband, but he used to be part of the former Labour government, and he's come back. And he's been experiencing a little bit of controversy. So Ed Miliband, let me just see if I can find a picture of him actually. Let me just do share screen. Let me just do, oh, if I can, let me just do share screen. See if this is going to work. Window, share. Let's see. And then if I do this, let me know if you can see this. And if I put in Ed Miliband. Oh, Ed Miliband bacon sandwich. This was a most unfortunate. This is while he was still a minister. Oh dear, and the tabloids absolutely raked him over the coals because it was just one of the most unflattering pictures of him. But he's also Jewish as well, so you know that didn't go down so well. You know, eating a bacon sandwich. But this is, oh god, let's see if I can find a better picture of him. I almost feel it's a bit unfair, really. There's a more flattering picture of Ed Miliband. In fact, let's take away the bacon sandwich bit. Ed Miliband. Let's just do that, just so you can see what he looks like. Here he is. So he's 55 years old, and he is currently the Secretary of State for Energy and Climate Change, from what I understand. Yeah. And he has had a little bit. So could you see that, folks? Did you see those pictures there? Those images there. So Ed Miliband, Secretary of State for Energy and Climate Change, laughed as he confessed that he did not know where about 443,000, I think it was 43,000, where about £43,000 worth of taxpayers' money vanished with this kind of office refurbishments, which were already well over £100,000, and among other expenses. And the question is, what is his future? Yeah. So he's been accused of being out of touch and tone deaf. And he's in charge for like renewable energies and stuff like that. And it just does not seem to be working out. So what is Ed Miliband's future? What's Ed Miliband's future? He was briefly the leader of the Labour Party at one point, kind of usurped his brother, David Miliband, who now works in America. Well, from the last I heard, he actually works, I think, is it like, not a hedge fund, it's something to do with appropriating funds around the world and stuff like that. May have a charitable slant, very, very successful, but he's sort of, I don't want to say stabbed the brother in the back, but yeah, it was a little bit unseemly. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, Ed, what's his future? And then we look at Duck Orange. Ed Miliband. Because the trouble is, because he's the Secretary of State for energy and climate change, if he falls flat on his face, which it seems he has, you know, what progress will be made? What progress will be made when we're having some of the warmest years ever? Wow. My goodness. Okay, I pulled 5 cards. 5 cards as usual. 4 of them are pentacles. Oh, really? Is it just all about the money, Ed? Oh, okay. Here. We got the 10 of Pentacles, which is the card of legacies, government. I refer to this as government, institutions, big business. Now, something I should let you guys in on and what he's been accused of. He's been accused of basically rubber stamping, like saying that these plans have been properly audited, have authority, etc., by this independent firms. And it turns out he's the CEO of one of these so-called independent firms. He's also been accused of a bit of cronyism as well, because there was a person who donated a lot to the Labour Party, and I think also gave him a personal donation of around about £90,000. It's in that ballpark. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but a lot of money. So this can also talk about big business, institutions, etc., and quite literally money. As you can see, it's the card with the most pentacles on it. If we look here in technically the opposition, but really this is reinforcing, we got the Page of Pentacles. So again, this is talking about, pages are always about messages. Yeah, so this can literally be more messages and pages, messages around money. Now, one of the things is that it's been stated, he said that energy bills would come down. Yeah, categorically he said energy bills will come down, renewables, etc., which is what everyone wants to hear. Yeah, but now it seems like well, not even seems, he's been backtracking on that. Yeah, so this has been causing a little bit of heat. If we look here, 2 of Pentacles. So look, we've got the money. I mean, look, it's all about the money. So he's juggling, yeah, juggling backwards and forwards. And I think this is how to maybe kind of adjust himself in the eyes of the media, because he's had some really bad press over the last few days. You know, when someone says to you, where has that money gone, which is like over £40,000, and you kind of just laugh and go, I don't know. Yeah, not a good look. So this is the card of as well of trying to rebalance. But not just that, let's not forget there are stormy waters in the background. So I think this is Ed trying to rebalance, recalibrate, but maybe he's also doing some financial stuff behind the scenes with that. And then when we look at the next card, because what he's been accused of is cronyism, yeah, or just being in it for the cash. But look at this. Those were the accusations, but look what the cards are saying. Yeah, but if we see here as well, this card can talk about large sums of money or initiating big projects. So I think this is also part of him wanting to initiate big infrastructure projects for renewables. You know, to be fair to Ed Miliband, I mean, this is what his role is. And of course, I think anything that is going to contribute and help reduce the effects of climate change is a positive. Yeah, is a positive. But he's also been suggested that he might not be spending the money the right way. This card can also represent fool's gold as well. But isn't it interesting? 5 cards pulled, 4 of them pentacles. Yeah, so I think both connotations are true in this one here. I hope it's not just greed. I really hope it's not. And then here the outcome card is the Queen of Swords. So this is the card of the rational judgment. Being astute, and remember too as well, I associate the King and Queen of Swords with accounting. Yeah, so there's an element here of accounting, accountancy, making sure that the figures add up, and this is something that he's been accused of not necessarily having. So there might need to be a audit, a review, some kind of legal procedure to make sure that everything is all good. But with those 4 pentacles, you know, the money is a big factor, and also as well donations, etc. So that's not looking particularly good, is it? You know, not when you see that in a politician. If you're doing a personal reading for someone and they get that, wish them luck, yeah, because they're going to have plenty of money in their life. But yeah, looking a little bit sketchy to me there. But I don't want to judge too much, but not looking so good. All right. Let's move on to the next question. Let's see who else is here as well. Oh, yeah, someone clicked up here. Thank you. Hogarth's Financial Astrology. Thank you, Suzanne. And it will be up soon. So I'll get... let's see here. So Foggy says... have you published your new channel yet? Technically, yes, it is published. It is there, but there's no videos yet. I'm going to do those videos in the next couple of days, have them ready, maybe one live, you know, that's there for those that want to subscribe early. But then I'll have some content that will launch. I'll time it so it will launch on New Year's Day, but it is there. It is technically published. You should be able to find it. And then Cheryl Clark said, Panama and Canada told Trump to go pound sand. Right. So we've got these kind of economic questions coming up. And these things as well, I will discuss on Hogarth's Financial Astrology. It's not going to be political. It's going to be more about policy. Yeah. US domestic policy and international policy around the world as well, including the UK. So do you see, to give you guys a full heads up of what's going down, who's doing what, where things are going, deep dives, planetary movements. I'll even give tips and advice on how people can find a wealth or success in their charts, for example, things to look out for, or if you're having issues with money, ways that you can turn that around, energetic things that you can do, planetary things that you can do. Do you see? It all is about that abundance, wealth, prosperity, etc., particularly in the times going forward, because I want people to be able to, you know, also take advantage of opportunities as well. So that gives you an idea. Right, what was I reading on? Oh yeah, so done Ed Miliband. Here we are. So Nick Mix asks, the Orange, let's see what I'm doing on time. The Orange wants to remove the US from the WHO as soon as he enters office. Will this help or hinder the US with health issues? And they say, I know you've been wary of the WHO, so interested to hear your opinion. I hope you're having a good Christmas. So let's see. What's the energy of this? Wants to remove the US from the WHO. Let's just read. Let's just see what the cards have to say. What impact will it have if the US were to remove itself from the WHO? Which would be hugely controversial, of course. It would be up there if with the US leaving NATO, it'd be up on that kind of scale. Let's see. What's the energy of that? What would be the consequences of the US via Duck L'Orange leaving the WHO, which is stands for the World Health Organization? What's the energy of that? What's the energy of that? I always find it interesting when cards come back. Ooh. I think think you find this interesting, guys. Again, I'll just read what I see, and there are 554 of you joining me right now. So thank you so much. Much appreciated as well. Please, if you've not done so yet, please don't forget to like and subscribe and press the bell notification and share this video. And if you're interested as well, you can subscribe to Hogarth's Financial Astrology. Just look that up. Videos will be coming very soon. The official kind of like you just be getting in advance, getting in ahead of time, and then of course you'll get the videos and stuff once they're up. Anyway, so consequences or the energy around America leaving the WHO. Interesting cards. If we look here now, didn't I just say, isn't it funny? I said, whenever I read on the GOP, I often get this card. Look, it comes back again. You saw how thoroughly I shuffled the cards. So again, but this is about what? The unity, yeah, family, you know, bringing everything together. And I think that is what that's what the WHO would certainly like to project on the world stage. We're a global family. We're all in it together. Yeah, and that's the ethos in a way. But this is also can be talking about the GOP. Yeah, can also in terms of its potential, you know, ideals that it espouses. However, look what's in the obstacle position. 9 of Swords come back. So again, disrupted sleep, anxiety, difficulties, nightmares. So I think reading this really from the WHO, from their perspective, this would be a nightmare scenario for them if America left. Yeah, nightmare scenario. Something that they really want to avoid. However, flipping it back, there is something to do with, again, money here. So it could be, I don't know what arguments Dr. Laurent just said, but they're probably financial arguments. Something here about the contributions probably required. But this has got a lot to do with money and finances. I think this has also got a lot to do with the wealth and power of the WHO as well. Otherwise, why else would this card show up in this position in the middle, which is almost like the linchpin for the whole reading? So again, there's a big financial element here, and this is opulent wealth, opulent. If we look here, the next card that comes out is the Knight of Pentacles. So again, quite a few pentacles. Well, I say quite a few, that's two back to back, but they are speaking to each other. The Knight of Pentacles is the loyal knight, yeah, the loyal knight, but it's also known as the mercenary as well. But really, it's one of the slowest cards in the deck. So what this suggests to me is we'll have to see what happens as, you know, as January comes round. But what this suggests to me, this could be a reduction in funds at the very least for the WHO, yeah, because this is a slowing down card. So this is wealth and opulence. And the card next is this slowing down card. So it may not be a complete break, but it looks like Dr. Laurent will say, we're going to be giving you less money. Or unless you fork out more cash, we'll break from the union. Yeah. And then the outcome card here is the 3 of Cups. Yeah. 3 of Cups. Very, very interesting. So what is this celebration about? Is the celebration because maybe there was a threat and then America decides to stay? Or is it a celebration because a lot of people will be happy that the US has left? Yeah, could be a mixture of the two. It's quite a piquant card, isn't it? So really this card has been a mixture of pentacles and cups. Pentacles are always, cups are always about emotions, etc. and stuff like that. So this is my instinct. If Dr. Laurent instigates a leave, then I think there'll be a lot of people that'll be quite happy with it. Yeah, I'm just saying what I see, because it's celebration, isn't it? And the question is about leaving. Let me just read it again. The Orange wants to remove the US from the WHO as soon as he enters office. Will this help or hinder the US with health issues? No, you've been where. Oh, right. Okay. That's quite a positive card as an outlook. What I suspect, this is what I think will happen. is that looking at this, it could be that the US leaves and then instigates something else in its place. Yeah, because someone has to be celebrating somewhere. It's certainly not going to be the WHO, isn't it? They aren't going to be celebrating that. So it must be, it must mean the shoe must be on the other foot. It must be the US. Let's see. Yeah, I can only say what I can see. Intriguing, that, isn't it? Very intriguing. All right, so that's that one there. WHO. Let's see who else is here. What's it? So Peeper Frog said, he said new channel. No, the new channel is there, so you can subscribe to the new channel. It's just the content, the majority of the content will launch on January 1st. You know, I just want to keep it neat and tidy, but you can subscribe to it if you want. But the plan is to have the, so there'll be, I need to do a welcome video. There'll be a welcome video. I may put one video up, but the idea is that it launches, you know, officially on January 1st, which isn't that long away. Just giving you guys a little heads up. Let's see here. Who else? Let's scroll down a bit more in the old chit chat. Yep, someone's saying, yep, new Hoagie Finance channel launch in the new year. Thank you, Foggy. Yes, absolutely. Suzanne Chin, he wants Greenland for the easy access to Europe and the mineral resources. Oh gosh. I mean, he's talking about sovereign countries here. I mean, Greenland technically belongs to Denmark. I mean, it's self-governing, but it technically belongs to Denmark. Wow, my God, Duck L'Orange, man. Duck L'Orange. All right, let's go to the question number 5. Here we go. So Mexico, this is coming from Gelding. And this was a question, an older question, but I didn't get a chance to answer it, but I thought it was worth putting in. So Mexico recently met with China and discussed improved relations following Trump's tariffs threats. Do the cards see if other countries threatened by Trump will back down or look to build trade relations elsewhere, effectively ignoring US trade? Oh, good question. I mean, it's certainly, it's not, this tariff stuff is, yeah. It's one of the things that actually worries me the most, actually, because they add an expense. They are a tax on consumers, really. That's what tariffs are. The importer pays the tariffs, not China sending, or well, you guys know this anyway. The guys watching will know this, but just in case for those that don't, the way tariffs work is that the importer of the goods pays the tariff. They have to pay the tariff, otherwise they can't get the goods in. So what it means is those goods that they're importing from other countries effectively become more expensive, yeah, because the person who's trying to sell it on, basically they've got a choice. If the tariff is small enough, they can swallow some of that cost, but then they will sell on making basically a modest loss. What usually happens is that the cost of that tariff is passed on to the customer. So what it means is that imported car or those imported goods become that much more expensive. And the whole idea is that domestic customers in the USA will then avoid those products and then try and buy something else. However, what usually happens is that everyone else, the domestic producers, start to price match with that new higher price. Maybe not exactly the same. They might price it 5% lower, but because that item, which was that much cheaper before, is now that much higher, they can then gain the profit from there. So what it does is it makes everything more expensive for the whole consumer. That's the penny that's not dropped yet for a lot of the electorate. I think that's fair to say. Some know, according to some surveys, but a lot don't. About 40% still don't know. So let's see here. Do the cards see if the other countries threatened by Trump will back down or build trade relations elsewhere? Let's have a look. Let's see what other countries responding. What would be the impact of these tariffs? What other countries saying this? I mean, the cost of living already is already, it's already too much, isn't it, folks? Let's be honest. It's happening everywhere, but you know, particularly in the States, that really has been a big issue. Imagine things getting 10, 15, 20% more expensive, if not more, or certain items like cars, for example, certain cars, washing machines, white goods, etc., suddenly shooting up in value. Not good, is it? Oh, look at this. All right, so this is a big deal. Yeah, major arcana here, major arcana. If we look here, other countries are weighing up their options. Yeah, they're strategizing, they're planning. Yeah, this is the merchant weighing out the goods, and quite literally import, you know, this could also be imports, exports. Yeah, and what this will do is this will affect the American consumer. Of course, if prices go up significantly, yeah, it's going to affect the American consumer quite literally. But this is a card of trade, exchanging goods, services, money. Yeah, you can see here charity, etc. If we look here, we get the strength card. So a lot of countries may strengthen their policies. They may even retaliate with tariffs of their own. I'm sure this has been discussed already, but again, just reading the cards, yeah, they're going to they may strengthen themselves. Also, as well, if we look here, we get the Chariot card, yeah, and as you know, I put a bit of tape actually across here, and then I've illustrated on top of that tape because, you know, you can see, because usually it's the algorithm doesn't like certain things. But look, this is the card of taking the initiative, charging forward, yeah, making progress, using one's willpower. Yes, so this negative talk that Dr. Orange has been doing, this has been kind of spurring other countries into action. If we look here, I think the last time I read on this, there was the devil card as well. So this is an element as well. Let's not forget with this card, and look, I've actually illustrated for this one as well. Let's not forget this is a card of feeling chained to something or someone, dependency, addiction, etc., and stuff like that. So this talk of tariffs, it in a quite a simple sense, they may feel they want to unchain themselves in a sense, or maybe they want to loosen those bonds or trade agreements. But it's like it's brought out this very negative speech. Yeah, this very negative speech is just not been conducive. So that needs to change. It needs to change. And then when we look here, we get the star card. Now, in fact, we can interpret this both ways, yeah, because on one hand, this is, as you know, the shadow interpretation of this card for me is the narcissist, yeah, which can obviously talk about Dr. Orange, but this is also a card of rejuvenation and renewal. So it's kind of basically this rhetoric, this talk is encouraging other countries to seek alternatives, to find a way to unchain and rejuvenate themselves, because at the same time there's this toxic language coming out. So it has to stop. You know, it's just not good. Not good. But you don't need me to tell you that. I'm sure you guys have already worked it out for yourselves, haven't you? All right, so last question. And this is just one of my own questions, but I'm sure this has gone through you guys' minds as well. How will MAGA voters respond if Trump's tariffs are imposed and prices go up along with groceries? So how will they respond? How will the MAGA base respond if everything starts becoming a lot more expensive? Because remember, he said he would bring it all down. I mean, look, this is Dr. Orange here. I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but in terms of what he's been saying to his base, Yeah, he said he's going to bring it all down. China pays the tariffs. Everyone else pays the tariffs. You don't pay the tariffs. Tariffs are beautiful. They're the best thing, etc., etc., and all of this kind of stuff. When used skillfully, they can be effective, but most of the time they can have a detrimental effect, and they tend to put prices up for domestic consumers. So how will MAGA respond when the prices go up? Let's have a look. Assuming those things are imposed. I mean, he said it, but let's just see. Prices skyrocket up. How will MAGA respond? What will MAGA? How will MAGA respond? How will MAGA respond? Ooh. I think it's going to be a bit tricky for Duck L'Orange. Assuming he's inaugurated, etc., all that stuff, you know, because I know, you know, anyway. Assuming, yeah. Look at this. If we look here at, if prices go up, and how could they not? If basically, if there's all this 25%, we'd have to see what happens. But let's just assume that things are applied verbatim as has been said. Yeah, straight away. Now look here. Here we get the King of Swords. Now remember, I associate this card with accounting. Yeah, financing, accounting. People are going to start looking up their pocketbooks. But let's not forget this sword here as well. And part of the sword suite, particularly the King and Queen, can also deal with critique. Yeah, can also deal with critique. Sharpness even can have a harsh streak. So I think what will happen is if prices don't go down and in fact they go up, that's gonna, I think, is gonna upset a lot of people. And you see this stony expression here. Yeah. This kind of implacable expression. I think a lot of people are going to be pissed because they want their lives to improve. Yeah. And let's not forget, he was very, very adamant. I'm going to bring prices down. Yeah. Yeah. They won't like the look of that. Now, if we look here, look what's turned up in the obstacle position. Now, I very much, obviously, as you know, associate this card with Russia. But in this instance, Russia doesn't have anything to do with them. This is coming out of his mouth. Yeah. But when this card is in the opposition, you can kind of consider it reversed. Yeah. When it's the right way up, this is the card of abundance, fecundity, you know, fertility. It's like the bountiful grain, yeah, of America. You know, like America the Beautiful. You know, fields of grain, etc., from sea to shining sea. All of this kind of stuff. But when it's reversed, this can be a card of barrenness. Yeah, barren, crop failure, all of the you know, essentially the opposite of the abundance that the Empress stands for. But this would be on a grand scale. Yeah, so a lot of people could be feeling very much out of pocket, and particularly mothers and families. Yeah, because this is also a card of pregnancy. What will the response be? Oh dear. Yeah. The response could potentially be a very aggressive or even violent one. Yeah. If prices go up and things aren't delivered, like we're talking about the MAGA base here, there could be a violent response. There may even be mass looting and stuff like that, but they're not going to be happy. This is a card of aggression. Let's not forget. The positive of it is also can be like taking action, you know, really kind of being swift, taking action, sharp and decisive. But this card can also be violent. It can be impulsive and a little reckless and even cruel. Yeah. What will be the target of their ire? Yeah. Could it be a certain Duck L'Orange? Yeah. This card, he often shows up as the King of Wands as well. So, yeah. It's going to be, he's going to have nowhere to hide, yeah, because what is it, you know, Senate, House, etc., nowhere to hide. He's going to be the target. And if we look here, though, we have got the Magician card as the outcome. So this might be a part of Duck Larange's response. Yeah, use every tool in the book to basically keep himself secure in his power. But let's not forget as well, this is also the card that can be associated with manipulation. But this can also show the determination of those that have been hoodwinked. So you remember what I was saying, 29th of March, 2025, as you know, I've been referred to as the Great Awakening, with the huge revelations happening in domestic politics, particularly in the US. And, you know, basically, I think a lot of people are going to take action into their own hands. So it could potentially be very explosive, because there's going to be a harsh critical eye, yeah, if he doesn't deliver on that. Yeah, if prices go up, basically, if the logical happens, which we all know is going to happen, but if that happens, yeah, base, I don't think the base will be happy. Interesting. We'll have to see what happens. Assuming, you know, he's inaugurated, etc. But I don't think the base will be happy. So I will leave it there. Interesting, eh? Interesting. The hour's gone already. I need to rest my voice a bit. So people saying happy Boxing Day. Thank you. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, Beth, so much for that. And then what's this? What's this here? What's this here? Raymond says, only the mightiest warriors are given the toughest challenges. Be at peace, knowing you are in an elite group. Oh, dragon. Oh, I like that. And then someone's saying here, oh, I saw this. Yeah. Mark is saying, Dumpy said he would save Canadians 60% on tax if they join us. Yeah. Join the US. I mean, extraordinary, isn't it? Extraordinary. And then someone else is saying Greenland belongs to Denmark, which means no. Yeah, what an idiot. Yeah, I mean, he's talking about other sovereign countries here. And then Orange Felon, like Cheryl saying, Orange Felon owes all that those states he had his rallies in, and so many countries and beyond. Yeah, that's true, because we know he doesn't pay. He doesn't pay. And then Mona says he says a lot of things. Indeed, have to see how it plays out. Oh, so many comments there. So I want to say thank you to everyone for joining the show. Thanks for all your comments. Don't forget as well, you can subscribe to Hogarth's Financial Astrology, but the videos will be up soon. But see the official launch as Jan 1st. Yeah, you don't have to wait till Jan 1st, but that's when it will. I want to usher it with that energy, yeah, of 2025, the new year. And thanks everyone. Oh yeah, someone here says here, Raymond says, Doge, Department of Greedy Egomaniacs. Yeah, I can well believe that. I want to say a thank you as well to, oh my goodness, Liz Byrne. Thank you so much for your donation. And thank you to Foggy, and saying congratulations on book and new year, new channel. I'll probably start writing a new book next year as well, but don't hold me to that. But I think it's time for another one at a certain point. And of course, if you've not got the book yet, which is called The Candid Guide to Vedic Astrology, I just did my last little kind of like little updates, little fine tunings, shall we say. And they are as perfect as they can be gotten now. So anyway, for those that haven't, feel free to take a look, and that will be in the video description as well. So I will leave it there. I'm well over now. Almost 600 of you join me live. So thank you so much. Please don't forget as well to like and subscribe to this channel too, if you have not done so yet. It really helps support things. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. And of course, the next you'll see me, it will be on Hogarth. So have a great evening, and let's see if my click off button works. You might see me fumbling around for a little while. So Merry Christmas. Mwah! Big love. See if I can do this.